All right. So Dan, I heard you were complaining because there's not enough people you can recognize in Game of Thrones.
Um, I you mean House of the Dragon, right?
What you talking about?
House of the Dragon, you're talking about.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Let me go look through it again.
Yeah. Why does it matter? I don't even understand that mindset.
I don't think that it makes it a bad show because it's an awesome show. It's really good. I just think it could have been even better, in my
Yes,
opinion.
but what is it about brand recognition or names that make a television show
To be
better?
clear, I'm not talking about like, oh, this should have had Brad Pitt and it would be even better. That's not what I mean.
Mm.
Okay, I'm saying like there's certain actors that I think like do a really good job of fitting into this, and actually when you have like one or two of those actors that I think the audience can kind of tie their emotions to a little bit, that it helps to get people excited about it even if they don't know everyone. Because right now I'm coming into House of the Dragon knowing nobody, right? And I don't really feel attached to anything. But all of a sudden, if you throw in like Sean Bean, right? Like I was like, I know that guy. I love his. He's a fucking great actor, and I'm attached to him because I can get behind the stuff he's done, right? So that's why I think it helps to have a few like kind of more diehard actor, not diehard, but like known actors to be in roles, even if they're not leading roles or main roles. I think that it helps to strengthen the show.
Yeah, I feel like it has the opposite effect generally. I think the more brand recognition someone has, the more that the audience already comes within a big bias. And so what ends up happening is that you can't just appreciate it for what it is. What made Game of Thrones amazing wasn't Sean Bean, because one, he died in the first season. But it really, what it really was is just great storytelling, good characters, and then great world building. So for me, when I'm watching a television show, I don't want to come in and be like, oh, there's that guy I see. I want to be so immersed in the story and the acting that I just want to enjoy it for what it is. I find like big brand apparition actually has the opposite effect for me. When I'm watching, and I think that's why The Rock and his movies are so popular. I think people just go in for like some kind of emotional attachment, even though his acting is dog shit, you know. So, yeah, if you asking me, I have the opposite take. I think only seeing a bunch of famous people generally makes the movie pretty dog shit.
I'm not again. I'm not talking about putting like Brad Pitt in there or anything. I was just saying like I think that there's certain people that could have been in a role, and I thought it would have been better. I don't think every actor that they have in this is the best. They're spending an ungodly amount of money on this, and I think that it could have been better. That's all. You're like okay. You think it's all better that they're unknown? I disagree on it. I think if you're spending that much money, you can get better acting, and you can get better people in certain roles for sure.
But you don't recognize the fact that they pretty much had a bunch of like non-known actors in the first Game of Thrones, and that show was pretty much critically acclaimed for 2 3 seasons.
I don't think I see. I said this before. I feel like some of those actors were.
Absolutely, most of them got their big break from this show. It's the other way
Well, no,
around.
I
Not
agree that most of them did, but like as I said, there are people that were there at the start that were known. Like again, Sean Bean, for instance, and like you even if they weren't like mains in other shows, like you saw the person who plays Littlefinger, you've seen him in other stuff before. You've certainly seen Tywin Lannister and other things before. You'd seen Jamie Lannister and other things before. So
okay. Yeah, I don't know if I would really take that because vast majority of them were pretty much unknown to the public. People may have seen them obscurely in one thing or another, but people didn't know them, nor did they feel like a sense of trust. I think at the end of the day, I mean, if a show is going to be good, it's going to really just stand on its story and all that stuff. But I guess for you, a little bit of brand recognition, I think, makes you feel a sense of comfort. To me, I don't
yeah,
know.
I want Bruce Willis and Tom Cruise. That would have really uh, solidified things for me with this one.
So you were watching and you're like, yo, who are these fucking no name losers? Like, yo, get somebody I could know so this show could be a little bit better.
I think it was more the capitalist in me that was kind of shocked that they spent this amount of money and there wasn't any real pay going to a lot of actors. That was kind of strange to me. I didn't know how that
I
was
think that's
happening.
the best choice possible because then it tells me that they are really focusing on the strength of their story and their casting rather than big names that are going to draw in eyes. I think generally speaking, when a publisher or any kind of goes for names that are well recognized as a safety blanket, is general indication for me that they don't trust their story, and for marketing purposes, they're going to pull in a bunch of names.
Well, I mean, I think
I feel like Sean Bean did a great job, and I absolutely respect all the work he does. But it wasn't like a memorable acting performance or a great one. There's plenty of people who out acted him the entire time. In fact, I would argue that if Sean Bean had been acted by anybody else, I probably would have enjoyed the show just as much. So I think, generally speaking, these kinds of acting roles aren't enhanced in people who buy into that. Like, at least like when I see like movie companies really axing themselves on like, well, we got this person and this person, and almost every time I've been to one of those movies, it's always been dog shit. And so I know you're not saying essentially that they should just get Bruce Willis or whatever, but I just think the idea that brand recognition makes shows better, or like known actors make shows better, I just stand on the opposite end.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah. What was the other take that you had? Because I just came in here to let you know you are loved, just not for your takes.
Okay.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. I don't hate you, right?
I didn't think about it at all. What is that? Is that something that's on your mind?
Yeah, because I sent you a heart like 4 weeks ago, just being like, "Yo, you all right, brother?" And like you never replied. So I figured you just mad or salty about something. I just want to let you know, like, I be shitting on you all the time, but you're good.
You're shitting on me all the time.
Wait, Dan
yeah. Like
posted
I be
a
in the
huge
chat, be like,
L.
"Yo, get this weird."
Did Dan really post a huge L? What happened? What I missed?
Dan defended his "We need famous actors" on screen, and
Ooh.
chat wasn't having it. Chat wasn't having it. That was one of the things that pissed me off, and I don't know if this is more of an American thing, but I remember when they took that French movie. The one with the guy who's in a wheelchair and the black dude who helps him around.
Oh yeah, with Kevin
And
Hart
then they
and Bryan Cranston or whatever.
Yo, listen, the remake of that shit was so garbage. It was crazy. But I think they just picked a picture, like a bunch of big name people who would be marketable, and they just shafted the entire acting and the story of it.
You want to know what the worst example of abusing big names is? It's for fucking voice acting. I would be so fucking triggered if I was a professional VA and they started pulling random fucking celebs to do voice acting. Oh my god.
But they do that. I feel like they do that for all the Disney and like Pixar movies.
Wait, hold on. Somebody said Destiny what? Destiny, wrong movie. Wait, what movie were you talking about?
No, it's the one with the Kevin Hart. Yeah, it's the one with Kevin Hart. You're right.
Yeah, there was an original French movie. They made a remake with like Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart was the guy that was his butler. What are you talking about? Wrong movie.
No, you're
Oh,
right.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They, I'm not gonna be able to know the name of it, but yes, I know what you're talking about as well.
Yeah. I think it's Intouchables. That's it.
Oh yeah, the Untouchables. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one. But yeah, they did this.
Yeah,
Why
the
would
remake
they
was
remake
called
that?
The Upside.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just doesn't know what he's talking
It
about.
was just like, hey, this could be big in America if it was just in English.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed this. Americans do not like subtitles.
No. Why do you think we
They
have a
don't
whole
like
like
sub-
dubbed like fucking like industry, right? Because we don't like subtitles, yeah.
Yeah. Would you guys be able to watch a foreign movie with subtitles, or would you guys always?
I tend to like subtitles, but so like
You know the
Pan's
best
Labyrinth
part?
is like my favorite movie ever, and it's a Spanish movie, so yeah.
The best part is that when you're traveling, and sometimes when I'm traveling, I'll go to the movie theater if there's like nothing going on, and you go there, and they will do subtitles for their audience, so you get to watch it still in English because obviously most movies are English, but
Absolutely.
they're there with the subtitles, so it's like, oh, this is fine, this is good.
I find watching foreign movies with English dub really weird, just because the lip syncing is always off, right? And the second thing that makes it weird is I find with different languages, certain things just sound okay because it's like within the cultural norms of their linguistic boundaries. That's why like I can't watch Japanese anime with dubs because it just sounds too corny when I hear like an English speaking person go like, "I have to defeat him." I'm like, I can't turn this shit off, bro.
Yeah.
But
And
if
it's
I
also
listen to a
like,
Japanese
hey, what's
person,
up? Let's
I'm
go and
like,
hang out
oh,
outside Hirokoshima or whatever, like the names. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, for sure.
it just throws me for a loop because like culturally we just don't talk like that. Everything sounds super corny in English, and so yeah, I can't watch foreign movies, especially dubbed for whatever reason. It's just I can't do it.
Yeah.
And also, I think it loses something pretty important in terms of like inflection and intonation. Like there's something about the way that the voice actors sound in their native tongue and how the character was actually written that doesn't translate well when I hear dub. Now, there's probably exceptions. People might like name an anime or two, or whatever. But I've noticed that with movies, especially, it loses a lot because I live in Quebec and they'll dub all the movies in French. And when I watch movies I've liked in French, I just it's unwatchable sometimes.
Damn. Hardcore.